Did you see Adam Schefter's tweet earlier today that Mika Igbukka is going to be playing?
No, that kind of. I mean, not that my just the tips is worth a damn this week, but that would lower the odds of Kate Otten having a good game.
It would lower the odds. He's playing. He's. I'm watching the warm ups right now. He went through the full warm up. He's going to play.
Well, that's
Uh,
good for Baker. I feel happy for Baker.
they got Mike Evans back too, which we knew beginning of the week like that was going to be the case. But to have a Mika Igbigbu as Rob Gronkowski calls
What?
him. You didn't hear that clip? It was probably after game four, I think, and they were talking about the Bucks on one of the Fox post games, and Gronk called him Amika Igbigbu.
Big Boo? Disrespectful. Gronk's an idiot.
Disrespectful. Well, he did say that he was half on on that Barstool show with Presley, Caleb Presley.
He's also admitted that he really doesn't know like as much about football as he should. Like he was like, I'm just gonna go out there and play hard. He's he's mentioned that on multiple times. It's like I
I
don't really know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm gonna I'm gonna do it hard.
Hey, I think Travis falls into that too. I think people give Travis way too
No
much
way.
credit.
No way.
I think Travis.
Being a former quarterback, I feel like there's like you understand the game on a certain level. Like Gronk never looked like he knew where the soft spot in the coverage was going to be. Travis knows where that is every time. Like Travis is not necessarily running like the specified like if he knows he's up against zone coverage, like he knows where the soft spot's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, yes, he
And
does. I think he's
that
seen it
skill got a
enough,
lot better when joined by Patrick Mahomes because he's
but I
smarter than
don't.
Travis.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, I feel like Travis's knowledge of the route tree and just identifying coverages, I like for sure puts him in like a mental game like above Gronk.
I would hope so. I would like to think that. I just don't know how true that is.
You think I'm giving him too much credit?
I think we're all giving Travis too much credit. I think brother just goes out there, he like half-ass runs a route, and then he's like, "Oh, this is open. Let me go to this spot." And he just
So
goes.
like when he goes and sits down in a soft spot in a zone coverage and there's nobody around him for a couple yards, you think that's just luck?
I think he identifies it mid route. And that's why they're like, "Oh, he just like Travis does whatever he wants because he just runs and I think he
But I mean,
processes the game
so
very
much of that is being
quickly."
on the same page as his quarterback. They're
That,
both recognizing it and like Travis knows I can go sit down right over here and Pat's gonna hit me right as I turn around.
I think less of that has to do with pre-play than it does just during the play. I think he reads the game as it's happening very well. I think Gronk did a lot of the same things. Just read the game as it happened more so than was able to
Well, I
identify it
mean,
pre-play.
I've this
I think that's a lot of
I don't know
players.
if I could find the specific video that I'm talking about, but Gronk is
I,
like they're two. Travis Kelsey cannot do exactly what Gronk does, and Gronk could not do what Travis Kelsey does because he
Agreed.
has like six, seven, eight, nine moves at the top of his route. And Gronk was like, I'm just running straight or I'm running a slant. Like
Yes.
I'm not gonna hit you with a bunch of different moves at the top of my route.
Yeah. No, I agree. There's a lot of things that Gronk couldn't do in the pass game as far as like route running. But I
I'm
think
tired of the narrative that Travis Kelsey can't block. Like he is like for the purpose of what we do in our offense, like he is a larger wide receiver, but the man can block. We
oh,
have
he can
seen
block
him
very well.
block
Yeah. But I
successfully.
think I think there's a lot of to go back to your point of like Gronk couldn't read the game or didn't want to read, didn't put the time. I think there's a lot of players like that. Even looking at the quarterback position, you got Kyler
Gronk didn't
Murray.
want to watch film, bro.
There's a lot of people that didn't. And a lot of people that still don't. You got Kyler Murray, doesn't want to watch film, isn't prepared for the games. Trevor Lawrence isn't prepared for the games. He has like the most. It's between him and Justin Herbert for like most delay of game penalties since they've been in the league. Although most of it's probably not Justin Herbert's fault. It seems like a lot of it's his offensive line issues or receiver issues, but it doesn't seem like they're prepared. I think there's a lot of receivers and running backs in the game that don't know how to read pre-snap. Heck, Tua is one of those guys.
That's why I say quarterback play is getting worse, mainly
It's getting
because of
really
Tua.
bad.
It's all
And
Tua.
the that sad part is it's going to get his coach fired before he does, which I'm very surprised that we haven't heard about a Mike McDaniel firing as of yet today, being Monday. I would be very surprised if it happens on Tuesday, even though Tuesday is the league day
So,
off.
like we said earlier in the season that we're pretty sure that Mike McDaniel has lost a locker room, and that was, with Tyreek Hill still active. But I don't I don't necessarily think he's a bad coach
Oh,
because he
absolutely
had he
not.
had the locker room at one point. Like he had a group of players that were playing hard for him. But and I like there's examples of it this season specifically. Like we keep pointing out the Bills game where like McDaniel's called a good game, it just wasn't executed very well. Like they were only within 10 points of beating the Bills.
Yes, absolutely. And I,
So I think he's
I
a
think
I
it,
think he's a good coach.
I can't wait for the end of the season when Nagy gets a head coaching job and we bring in Mike McDaniel as
Oh
our
God.
offensive coordinator. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
You think that's gonna happen?
I think there is a possibility, and that puts it at like in my mind more than like a 50% chance of happening.
But so that's somebody that doesn't come from Andy Reid's coaching tree or the coaching tree that Andy Reid came from.
A
Like
lot of the guys, yeah, I
this is the Shanahan McVay coaching tree.
sure. I also think
And I
that
but that
Andy
that that
Reid's
makes me
coaching tree is
question
running
like
out.
how willing Andy Reid would be to like Andy Reid is he's about his guys. Like there's the whole reason why we have Nagy again.
Yeah, yeah. I think there was also a lack, right? So I think we're getting to the point now with Andy Reid's coaching tree that there's a lack, and that means that either guys are out or they're elsewhere already cemented in jobs, right? Like Kafka is out. I think he might be in at the college game. We know Bieniemy is out somewhere. I'd be very surprised if Bieniemy comes back. Kafka would be a guy that comes back, but only had a short stint as an OC under Dabble in New York. So I'd be surprised if he comes back. Like there's just becoming a lack of guys who have availability to come back into the chief system under Andy Reid. It's probably a little bit of time that he branches out, especially if they're going to be looking for a successor anytime soon.
Ew, I don't want Mike McDaniel coaching the Chiefs.
I don't know if he becomes a head coach. I mean,
I don't want
who
him coaching
knows?
the Chiefs, bro.
I wouldn't want it now. I wouldn't want it right now, but three years down the road, spends 3 years under Andy. Hey,
Ugh.
I don't
Ugh.
know. Hey, I don't
Mm-mm.
give me those.
He
Give me
doesn't. He
those.
wouldn't look. He wouldn't look right, man. He
He
wouldn't
doesn't
look
look right
right.
now. He doesn't look right now. What are we talking about? Head coach in Caprice?
I'm not about it.
I'm very
Give me,
surprised he hasn't
give
been
me
fired
Andy till he's decrepit.
yet. I I don't know how much longer he's got. I'm surprised the word hasn't come down. I feel like it's only a formality. Maybe he sticks around for a couple more weeks. I think it'd be the wrong move, but you've got Tua to a long term deal, and you clearly cannot move off of him unless somebody else is willing to go out there and give you something for him, or you're willing to move off of him for absolutely nothing. Um, because you definitely don't have a backup option. And you talk about a guy who's a brand new head coach over at the Jets, Aaron Glenn. They're already talking about firing him 7 weeks into his new job. You've got Justin Fields,
I
who
think you at least got to give him the chance to go 0 and 17, get that first overall pick, and then see what he does with that team. Because
I'm
that's unfair. You can't you can't put him into the position you put him in and expect him to like win games immediately.
yes, I agree with you 100%. I don't like
But we
you've got to
also
give
understand that
your
the Jets organization is run like poo poo.
yeah, I mean, like their front office and their ownership group is horrid. Has been, probably always will be until it's either sold or ownership dies, right? It's just not run well. It never has been.
I don't know
But
about never has been, but
I mean,
the
for what, like
21st
2 years?
century, absolutely not. Yeah.
I mean, what are we talking about? Like a two year, maybe 3 year scope with the Sanchez at the helm. Like even then, his
No, no, no,
career.
no, 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 no. I'm talking about Namath.
I mean,
It's not
they've
never been run bad, or it's not never been run
they've
well,
had fair. They've had short stints. They've had incredibly
in the
short stints. They've
60s,
had they've had like
before the merger, like
right, yeah, yeah. Like,
bro.
like we're talking post merger, brother. Like we're not. They've had couple year stints here and there. It's not really ever been run well under this ownership group, and well, I guess it's not even a group. It's their single ownership. It's just not good. I feel bad for Aaron Glenn. I thought he could be that guy. The Jets clearly thought he could be, but he's not an offensive minded guy. They had already tried the defensive thing with Rob Saleh. That clearly didn't work. They don't really have any talent outside of Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall. They've had guys get on the injury reserve
and they
early.
utilize those two so much that both of them now have injury problems. Like I don't think Brees is hurt right now, but he's had his injury history with the Jets, and Garrett Wilson is dealing with a nagging injury right now. So
Exactly. Justin Fields, you keep putting that guy in situations for him to just not be successful in. And I'm not just talking about the Jets. Like he played pretty good with the Steelers. And maybe he's not good. I'm not off the train that he's like really bad. I think he's just been put in impossible situations that there's not a
so
quarterback in this
you think
league that will be successful in.
the Broncos game where he had like -10 yards, wasn't that a
You,
thing? You
Yes,
know,
he had -10 yards. Name me a quarterback in that situation, in the Jet situation. Name me a quarterback that would be successful. Not even Patrick Mahomes would be successful. Josh Allen, absolutely not. Lamar Jackson, nobody would be successful with the Jets right now. Their offensive line is horrible. They've got a running back, but
what
like,
you remember Dan Orlovsky before the season saying that about the Patriots? No quarterback can be successful in New England right now.
yeah,
Well,
Dan rarely ever knows what he's talking about. Clear, it's shown multiple times as he still says the Chiefs are bad.
he doesn't clearly didn't know where the end line of the end zone was when he was playing. But yeah, I mean, just Justin Fields just kind of seems like he's been he's been discarded from situations that you're right probably aren't his fault. There are some bad tendencies though. Like
Oh, absolutely.
there are some bad tendencies. It does. I don't think Justin Field because of the two specific organizations he's been with. I don't think he gets uh, like a late career resurgence unless he fills in for someone that gets hurt. Like I feel like his next step is going to be like backup, and
It
he's really
absolutely
not.
should be. It
He's
absolutely
not gonna
should
get
be.
an opportunity unless his starting quarterback goes down.
Listen, I think there's some fantastic. Look at what happened to Sam Darnold. Go to Minnesota and be a backup there. Go to San Francisco and be a backup there. You're going to get to play in
Find
those two organizations.
find your way to one of those organizations that like develops quarterbacks really well.
Yeah, I mean, listen, those guys are always going to be looking for
But
backup quarterbacks.
it's not Chicago, and it's definitely not the New York Jets.
Don't go to Miami. Like, stop. What happens with I think this goes back to your point of quarterbacks not being developed. There are teams that just simply, and organizations, not even and front offices, that have no idea how to develop certain talents. The Chiefs were that way at quarterback for a very long time, and who knows, it could return that way post Patrick Mahomes. Don't know. And then there's organizations who just know how to develop certain positions, and that goes back to your point of constantly that the quarterbacks that are playing today are worse and worse every single year.
They know less about the game. They do less. They like
You've got
it,
to
like
go.
nobody's coming close to. I really don't feel like anybody's coming close to the level of preparation that Tom Brady brought to the game. Like Tom Brady is very much like our Kobe, like for football. Just like I'm gonna watch more film than you. Like I'm gonna do more homework than you. I'm gonna know everything about like you look at the way he describes how he beat the Chiefs in Tampa. Like he knew what our defense was gonna run before the call was made. Like he could see everything playing out right in front of his eyes.
And
And
I still
quarterbacks
think
don't have that now. They don't.
there's obviously some that do, a majority don't. Um, I think that just goes back to, leads credence to what you're saying with what we continue to see today. And on top of that, like even go back to Brady, we are pressuring young quarterbacks to play too early. Who are the quarterbacks today that have had success when they step out on the field? Pat, who'd he sit behind? Alex Smith, Josh Allen, sat for a little bit. Lamar Jackson, sat for a little bit. Aaron Rodgers,
Well,
in
and
his old age, sat behind Brett Favre.
you look at Sam Darnold and Danny Jones, like guys that have had to take their licks starting early, and now have
Exactly.
found, after a couple more years of experience and learning the game, they found success.
That was going to be my point next was that look at these guys who are now being successful had to step back, take a backup position, learn the game a different way, and I think that's Baker Mayfield, another perfect example. Had to leave a really bad situation, go to a couple different organizations, learn from Sean McVay, hit the open market, go to Tampa, and now look at it. MVP should be MVP favorite. Jared Goff he was a starter at two places, but has thrived more in Detroit than he has elsewhere, or with the Rams. Uh, Even though they made the
Still
playoffs,
benefiting
but
from a
or the
really
Super
good
Bowl, but
coaching. Yeah, still benefiting
yes,
from a really good coaching system in on the Rams.
but that's where you're either gonna get a really good coaching system or you need to take a step back, and I think that's where we're gonna see maybe the next generation of really really good quarterbacks who take that Danny Dimes or Sam Darnold route of, hey,
Develop
we need to
later
take
in
a
their career.
yes. I think we're going to start seeing a lot of quarterbacks who are successful start trending that way of developing later in their careers.